the back, shorter people in the front.
You're
Thank you guys.
That was easy.
Yeah, take a picture.
Pictures. That's a good idea.
If they're like paparazzi, wait, I'm gonna do.
Just keep smiling. Just keep smiling. I didn't either.
I think so.
I think so.
Like a fish tanker.
Just like nod your head. And like look at that. I'm not.
You should
I would put it right here.
Yeah, you sure they'll introduce themselves, so we'll find out.
Okay, yeah.
Maybe somebody in the press.
Like,
When I met somebody's gonna end up on their bed.
she's getting pictures and I don't want to go like
Like middle one, you know?
like go in the front.
No, I think right here.
Because you'd have to hold that spot for the entire time.
Yeah, exactly.
They're already tired.
See. No.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll still find it.
It'll be Instagram. It'll be Insta and everything else. A lot of minutes. Robin, can you come to the picture?
Oh my goodness, Robin.
Robin's like,
Hey, and
That'll be the last time they come on. They're like, alright, get them out.
that's true. So that's what you were.
Our meeting's not till
Yeah, and I got my seat plenty.
Congratulations.
I did. Do you have any?
Thank you guys so much for waiting. Senator should be here imminently. Thank you again for your patience. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Totally told me to talk, but I really have to. Forget.
Probably. I did, but summer research at USSB last summer, so it's, yeah. Thank you. Sorry, I couldn't resist.
idea.
Mais fuels the world, right? Walk away.
Creo que el elote.
Elote,
How long is that job?
Okay, I was like, hey, we're not.
It's just about like kind of
Is it so?
strong.
You don't have to say we. Oh yeah, for the yeah. She did say hi to us. Yeah, we saw her. That's fine.
She was talking to somebody, and I was like, Mom, should we interrupt her? And then she looked at us, and I was like, yeah.
I was like, I put on my phone, like, I just went out. That's twice. Yeah.
Okay, so you guys have like
Thank you. It's wonderful to see all of you. Aloha.
good morning. And a dog. I heard that in the cafeteria.
Okay. Aloha, everybody. I apologize for being a little late, but it's great to see all of you here. Thank you for joining us today as we continue to fight back against the Trump regime's attacks on public education. And in this case today, we're going to focus on the attacks on minority-serving institutions. From day one, this regime has done nothing but wreak havoc on American public education, from diverting up to $100 billion by some estimates to private schools through a first ever nationwide voucher program, to moving critical responsibilities such as billions in student loans to other, in my view, completely ill-prepared agencies such as the Treasury Department, State Department, etc. This is the Trump regime's way of dismantling the Department of Education. Donald Trump is doing all he can basically to dismantle support for education in this country. And what is happening to minority-serving institutions is part of this all-out attack. There are over 800 minority-serving institutions across the country serving more than 5 million students. Many of these students are first in their families to attend college. MSIs help these students thrive on campus, whether it is in the classroom with professional development opportunities alongside mentors, who understand what students are going through. So it's not just a matter of first generation students getting into college, but staying there and being able to graduate. So for that, these institutions offer the kind of support that I just described. There are 13 MSIs across the state of Hawaii, including all 10 of the University of Hawaii campuses. And last year, Hawaii MSIs received tens of millions of dollars to support students on these campuses. This funding helped low-income, first-generation, and other students make the transition from high school to college, and it is not easy for that to happen. It doesn't happen because you think it's a good idea. We actually have supportive programs to enable these kids to attend college to graduate. So it provided the necessary resources to make sure these students could continue on their college journeys, and it helped these students to succeed. But it's not just Hawaii, of course, that has these MSI programs, and it's not just in blue states. I remember I said there are hundreds of MSIs throughout the country. Well, Texas has 174 MSIs serving 2.2 million students. Florida has 53 minority serving institutions serving more than 800,000 students, just to name a few of the red states who benefit from these programs. So MSI programs have had bipartisan support since they were created 40 years ago. In 1986, Congress recognized the importance of schools with high concentrations of minority students who have been historically underrepresented in higher education. And it passed, at that time, legislation creating what is now the MSI program with bipartisan support. And that legislation, not only was it introduced by a Republican senator, it was signed into law by President Ronald Reagan. And ever since, Congress has funded MSIs in a bipartisan way. In 2007, I was a member of the House Education and Labor Committee when Congress expanded the MSI support, saying at that time, as the growth in the nation increasingly reflects the diversity of the students at these institutions, the committee believed that this mandatory funding is an investment in our future. Well, that goal is certainly not shared by this regime, which is ripping up decades of precedent as a part of its war on diversity and public education. MSIs support students of color under the false pretense of addressing discrimination. This regime is limiting access to higher education for underserved and underrepresented groups. There are millions of students who are being served by these programs. Let's keep that in mind. And last year, the regime slashed $350 million in funding from MSIs and announced that it would be winding down MSI programs moving forward. Now, know that these are programs that have been supported by Congress. We have supported the funding for it, and this regime thinks that it can just wind down support for these programs and use the money for other purposes. So today, I am joined by my colleagues from the House and Senate, national education and civil rights leaders, and students who have benefited from MSI programs. You'll hear more from them about the power of MSIs and what is at stake in this fight and in this assault on public education. And all students, regardless of their backgrounds, deserve access to the quality education that will set them up for success. And that is why Congress must continue funding these programs. That is why we all need to fight back. The regime needs to refund the billions of dollars it has stolen. I use that word because it truly describes what they're doing. They're stealing from public education. So The American people need to raise their voices. We need to mobilize the American people to understand that this assault on public education is real. It is happening every day with this regime, and we have to fight back. So I'm really glad that I'm joined by my friends here. Thank you very much. And we're going to start by hearing from... I need a card. Thank you. Of course, my good friend Alex Padilla. He is the senator from California. Alex.
Thank you, Maisie. Round of applause for Senator Hirono. And thank you, as I mentioned earlier, for bringing us together. You know, as I look at the faces of these students and advocates, activists who are here today, it brings to mind, it brings to heart words like land of the free, home of the brave, under attack by the Trump administration. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, under attack by the Trump administration. You know, if you don't know anything about me, you'll know that I'm a proud son of immigrants from Mexico. My brother and my sister and I, yes, first-gen students, proud college graduates, because it was instilled in us that the key step to achieving a better life, the key step in living the American dream is getting a good education. And I know that I'm just one of millions and millions of students across generations that have been taught that believe that still believe that. And that's why we're fighting, because we have an administration that's literally taking a wrecking ball to the Department of Education. So fundamental to the American dream. And not just education broadly, but specifically targeting minority-serving institutions. More than 800 MSIs across the country that have worked hard to help break down barriers, to embrace and serve students of all backgrounds. I'm proud to serve as a founding chair of the HSI caucus in the Senate, Hispanic Serving Institutions, which number 645 across the country, serving 6 million students, 179 of these campuses in my home state of California. So who is it that's served by these diverse campuses? It's a lot of first-generation students, also particularly welcoming to low-income students, universities and colleges that are preparing and educating the workforce of the future, the next generation of leaders, the next generation of public servants, the next generation of entrepreneurs. Now that sounds like it's in the real best interest of our country to do so. As Senator Hirono mentioned, over the course of 6 administrations, both Republican and Democrat, minority-serving institutions have enjoyed the support of our federal government. Strong support, steadfast support, bipartisan support, until now. The Trump administration and what's left of his Department of Education is trying to eliminate funding for minority-serving institutions. They're trying to block the funding that's already been approved by Congress, appropriated by Congress. They're threatening, by doing so, they're threatening the financial institutions, the financial stability of all these institutions due to their unlawful, unilateral determination that this is all unconstitutional. That's wrong. So let's set the record straight. What is a minority-serving institution? It is not a discriminatory or exclusionary campus by any means. These universities are defined not by who they exclude, but by who they serve. If a student body is 25% or more, historically underrepresented or underserved community, then you get that designation. And the funding and support that these colleges and universities get help them serve all the students on that campus. Because the diversity on the campus is nothing more, nothing less than a reflection of the diversity of their communities, of their states, and of our country. So you can argue they're better training the future leaders, entrepreneurs, servants that our communities and our countries need. That's what we're standing up for. That's what we're fighting for. And that's what we're calling on our Republican colleagues to join us, to push back on the threats of this administration and maintain our decades-long steadfast support of minority-serving institutions for the interests of these young people, their families, their communities, and our country. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, my friend. We are now going to hear from, where's Mark? Come on up. So Congress, this is the Vice Chair of the Congressional Asia Pacific American Caucus, Congressman Mark Takano.
Thank you, Senator. Thank you. Or, as they say in Hawaii, mahalo. Mahalo. And I thank all my other Tri-Caucus friends who are here representing the Tri-Caucus. I'm here as the first Vice Chair of the Congressional Asian Pacific American Caucus in the House, and I want to speak to what these cuts mean for Asian American, Native Hawaiian, and Pacific Islander students. But let me also say that I am a representative of the 39th Congressional District in the Inland Empire of California. Is the IE in the House here? So I want to say that this is personal to me because before I came to Congress, I taught high school English and served on a community college board of trustees, Riverside Community College, which is an MSI, a Hispanic serving institution. We feed students into the Cal State system, Cal State San Bernardino, which is also an MSI, and the University of California, Riverside. Thank you. And let me say something about UCR. UCR, I think, is one of the most diverse UC campuses, if not one of the most diverse institutions of higher education in America. Its student body is extremely diverse. The MSI funding that flows into that university doesn't serve minorities. It has helped all students succeed. And what's amazing about this diverse institution is that all of its students succeed. Before I became to Congress, as I said, I served as a high school English teacher. When I was in the classroom or on the community college board, proposals were rarely cast as Republican or Democratic. We were united by a common mission. How are we helping young people to grow? How are we preparing them to work, live, and get ahead in society? I saw firsthand what it meant for a student to have a path into higher education, and I saw what happened when that path wasn't there. A college degree in this country is the most reliable tool for economic mobility, especially for minority students. Minority Serving Institution, or MSI programs, put that tool within reach for students who would otherwise be priced out. When you eliminate MSI funding, and TRIO and Gear Up and Federal Work Study along with it, you're not cutting bureaucracy or trimming fat. You're making a choice about who gets to move up and who gets left behind. The result is only the wealthy get to access college. I will say that I'm personally offended by claims from the Trump administration that programs supporting diverse students discriminate against Asian Americans. Imagine that, MSIs discriminate against Asian Americans. That's false and utterly nonsense. Nearly 3/4 of Native Hawaiian and Pacific Islander students are the first in their families to attend college. And 74% of these students receive financial aid. So let's be honest about what is happening here. The Trump administration is invoking Asian Americans to roll back diversity programs while at the same time zeroing out funding for the very programs that serve AA and HPI students. That's not advocacy. That's tokenizing and weaponizing our community as political cover. More than 5 million students across HBCUs, HSIs, tribal colleges, and APESEs are on the cusp of losing funding that Congress has provided for decades. KPAC stands in full solidarity with Senator Hirono, our Tri-Caucus counterparts, and every advocate here today. Congress funded these programs, and we will fight for them, and they cannot impound the funds. Congress has the power of the purse, and we will make sure we hold this administration accountable.
Yay.
Thank you.
I tell you, if this stealing of funds that should go to these kinds of programs, if this doesn't get us riled up, I don't know what will. So we're going to hear from Representative Juan Vargas. He is a member of the Congressional Hispanic Caucus.
Thank you, Senator.
My friend,
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thank you. Good morning to everyone. Buenos días a todos. Buenos días. Mi nombre es Juan Vargas. My name is Juan Vargas. I represent the San Diego region of California. But my parents are also immigrants. They came from Mexico, from Jalisco, que se oiga. Por allá, ¿verdad que sí? And I want to thank the senator. I want to thank Senator Padilla. I want to thank all of my colleagues.
We're in this together.
We're in this together. Yeah. We're in this together. Estamos aquí juntos, ¿verdad que sí? We're all together on this. And these incredible organizations are bringing us together today. We're here to talk about what is happening in Trump's America, this regime that we hear about. Since taking office, Trump has demonized diversity that makes this country strong. That's what makes us strong. And minority-serving institutions and Hispanic-serving institutions are in the line of fire. This administration is trying to destroy MSIs and HSIs. It's an attack on students. It's an attack on our colleges and universities. HSIs in particular enroll 5.6 million people at least in the nation's undergraduate and graduate students, including students in my district. By ending decades of federal support for MSIs, HSIs, this administration is taking away educational opportunities and ultimately weakening much our economies and our communities. I've always been proud to support these institutions and lead the annual funding request from HSIs in Congress. And we're going to continue to fight. I know that sometimes it feels like we're losing. We're not. We're not, because we're on the right side of history. And that's why we have to continue to push. And you can see it in the polls now. The regime is weakening. It is weakening. And people are starting to see the lies that have been fed to them and to see where it's taking our country, where we're disrespected now, a country that was the most respected country in the world. Now we're not. And we see ridiculous things like this Trump regime fighting with the Pope. Like, why is he fighting with the Pope? It's so dumb. Who's next? The Dalai Lama? I mean, what's going on here? I mean,
don't give him any ideas.
Don't give him any ideas. You're right, Senator. Don't. Maybe he should, because he's getting his butt kicked at the moment, and I'm sure the Dalai Lama would take it to him also. But we have to fight back. We have to fight back. Even though we feel at the moment that we're losing, we're not. We're not. And we're going to fight like hell to make sure they don't cut these cuts that are coming. They don't happen. They don't cut the funding. And that's why I'm so proud of all the people that are here. Todos ustedes. Soy muy orgulloso de ustedes. Tenemos que pelear para que no hagan estos cortes. Son muy importantes para todos estos muchachos, esta gente que está yendo a la escuela. Es muy importante. They are trying to destroy public education because it does bring us together, and we're not going to take it. And again, I want to thank each and every one of you. I want to thank the senator in particular. Thank you.
We're all in this together, Mike.
We're all in this together. Thank you.
So now I'm going to call on my friend, Congressman Danny Davis. He is a member of the Congressional Black Caucus. Come on up, Danny. Aloha.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much. I am Congressman Danny Davis from Chicago, Illinois, and I represent everybody there that need access to higher education. A college degree is the foundation for economic security for the vast majority of Americans. The fundamental goal of the Higher Education Act is that all students, regardless of their backgrounds, should have access to a quality education. Minority-serving institutions open the doors of higher ed to about 5 million students, expanding educational access to low-income students and students of color whom historically have had more limited educational opportunities. The Trump administration's elimination of funding for Black, Hispanic, Native American serving, non-tribal, Alaska Native and Native Hawaiian serving, and Asian American and Pacific Islander serving institutions under the false pretense, false justification of redressing discrimination, the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard of in my entire life. Congress categorically rejected the Trump administration's efforts to eliminate funding for MSIs by continuing to fund and even increase grants for these institutions in fiscal year 26, recognizing that these grants are essential to equal educational opportunity for about 1/3 of all undergraduate students. I grew up at a time in the rural South, rural America, where educational access to higher ed was practically non-existent, where individuals couldn't expect to go to college or go to a university. I remember going with $20 in my pocket. That's what I had. But America, this country, has moved to a point we refuse to go backwards. We refuse to not provide access. Mr. Trump, House and Senate, thank you, Senator Arona.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure to see you and
good to
Senator
see you, Danny.
Padilla, as well as all of my other colleagues who are here. Have a wonderful day, and thanks to the advocates who have come from all over the country. You're the best.
Okay.
Thank you.
So there are a lot of people here to say what they need to say, but you know, in Hawaii, when it sprinkles like this, we deem it to be a blessing. So we're being blessed right now. And I want to ask the other speakers, I know that we love you all, but if you can kind of limit, say what you need to say in 2 minutes, I know you can do it. So we're going to hear from Rowena Tomenang. She's the Deputy Chancellor of California Community College. Rowena, where are you? Come on up.
Good morning. Thank you to Senators Hirono and Padilla, Representatives Espaillat, Takano, Davis, and Vargas for holding today's very important press conference on funding for minority-serving institutions. Again, my name is Dr. Rowena Tomenang, and I serve also as the President of the Board of Asian Pacific Americans in Higher Education, APAHI. APAHI is a national organization dedicated to the educational opportunities for AA and NHPI students, promoting and supporting the retention and hiring and advancement of faculty, students, and administrators, and also creating a better understanding of AA and NHPI issues in the broader public. APAHI is also the only national organization that represents ANAPISI's Asian American and Native American Pacific Islander serving institutions. This was established in Congress in 2007 as one of 11 minority serving institutions, and the ANAPISI designation represents a critical federal investment in AA and NHPI communities and our students who are often overlooked due to persistent misconceptions about their educational outcomes. ANAPISIs comprise only 7.1% of all colleges and universities, yet enroll nearly half of all AA and NHPI undergraduates. They award 51% of associate degrees and 44% of the bachelor's degrees attained by all Asian American, Native Hawaiian, and Pacific Islander college students. The administration's cuts to ANAPISIs does not simply reduce federal spending. It dismantles proven infrastructures that advance retention, completion, and workforce preparation. These programs are not supplemental. They are essential to closing equity gaps for first-generation low-income students. Their loss will reverse hard-won gains, widen disparities, and weaken institutions that serve as gateways to opportunity. And let's be clear about what we are witnessing today. The Department of Education is defying both the law and the explicit will of Congress. Lawmakers unambiguously appropriated funding for ANAPISIs and MSIs, yet this administration has unilaterally bypassed Congress entirely, and the fallout on the ground as we're witnessing is devastating. The Department of Education must reverse course immediately, follow federal statute, and restore funding back to ANAPISIs and all MSIs. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. So we now have Carlotta Ocampo. She is the Provost and Vice President of Academic Affairs, Trinity, Washington. Come on up.
Hey, we're not going to let a little rain turn us around, are we?
Definitely not.
Agua es vida.
Yeah.
Okay.
I am so pleased to advocate 3 minutes. I promise I timed it. I'm
2
so
minutes.
pleased. 2 minutes.
We know
Dropouts
you can do
awards, yes. Advocating on behalf of the exceptional work of MSIs and, of course, the students we serve. As my colleagues have eloquently expressed, MSIs and PBIs, who I'm here to represent, serve students from many different backgrounds, but who have in common emerging from communities historically excluded from higher education. MSIs more than merit the funding Congress has consistently authorized, and thank you, on a bipartisan basis through the Higher Education Act. And data show these students graduate at higher rates, enter the workforce, and contribute to America's productivity and strength. The American Council on Education in 25 showed that MSIs enroll more than half of undergraduate students of color, provide affordable and supportive educational environments, but often operate with fewer resources. At the same time, we show higher graduation rates, better labor market outcomes, higher degree completion. And when MSIs are funded, there's many other metrics we can track. For example, at funded PBIs, the number of degrees awarded to Black or African American students totaled more than 4 times the number at other institutions. MSI funds go to institutions, not to individual students, and they strengthen our ability to benefit all who attend with improved programs, services, and supports. I want to say a little bit about Trinity Washington University right here in DC, where I'm the provost. We are a predominantly Black and Hispanic serving and women's college. So we are a trifecta. 70% of our students receive Pell. We strive for excellence in learning, persistence, and post-college outcomes. Our metrics also show strong success with the low-income Black and Hispanic students we serve. We have received a total of roughly $4 million in PBI funding, and this has supported inclusive curricula, a wraparound center for student success, state-of-the-art science and health labs, and more. It's also enabled us to partner with DC's K-12 community to prepare high school students with college-ready skills. None of this would be possible without the consistent, congressionally approved PBI funding that supports this work. So remember, MSIs do not exclude or discriminate by race. We're based on mission, political and economic geography, and demographics. The claim that MSI funding violates equal protection belies the intent of the clause to remedy historic injustice. To paraphrase Congresswoman Summer Lee, how can we address measurable social inequities if we're barred from serving the very people who have suffered the most? Thank you so much.
Okay. Was that 2 minutes? It's okay. Look, we have a lot to say. So, Antonio Flores, who is the CEO of Hispanic American Colleges and Universities. Antonio, thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Senator. Buenas tardes. How are we doing? Yeah, good. Okay, HFI's programs are not new, experimental, or partisan. They are rooted in decades of bipartisan support. Congress established the HSI program in 1992 with a clear backing of both parties. The intent has been unambiguous. Yet today, the administration is claiming a constitutional obligation to explicitly dismantle HSIs and other MSI programs that Congress compellingly created and continues to support. The claim doesn't just defy policy, it defies congressional authority. HSIs are not peripheral to our higher education system. They are central to America's workforce pipeline. More than 600 Hispanic serving institutions educate roughly 1/3 of all students in the United States, 1 in 3 students. These institutions are training the teachers, the engineers, healthcare workers, and small business leaders our economy depends on. When we invest in HSIs, we are investing directly in the strength, competitiveness, and resilience of American workforce. So, let's be clear. Undermining HSIs doesn't just ignore bipartisan congressional intent. It weakens our workforce, our economy, and our future. Together, sí se puede.
Okay. Thank you. Next, we are hearing from Lourdes Rosario. She is the, I'm sorry, I mispronounced your name. Rosado, President of Latino Justice. Come on up.
Thank you, Senator.
Yeah.
Thank you all. My name is Lourdes Rosado. I'm President and General Counsel of Latino Justice PRLDUF. Thank you all for being here today as we join forces to demand that the administration and Congress fully fund and protect Hispanic serving and minority serving institutions and the millions of students that they serve. Latino Justice, alongside the Hispanic Association of Colleges and Universities, has intervened in a federal lawsuit that was brought by the state of Tennessee and Students for Fair Admissions against the U.S. Department of Education. Students for Fair Admission were the same group that brought the lawsuit that eventually led to the Supreme Court ruling in 2023 that race-conscious admissions in higher education were unlawful, which was a big blow to access and advancement of for many groups in our society. So now SFFA and Tennessee are trying to dismantle the HSI program, which serves millions of students throughout the country. Now, the lawsuit itself gets so much wrong about HSI. They say so many things about HSIs that are just not right. We know here that the HSI program is an investment in schools that already serve large numbers of Latino students, low-income students, first-generation students, and that the resources go to all the students in the school. So for decades, courts have recognized that addressing real disparities in education is not only allowed, but it's absolutely necessary. It's legally necessary. So what's happening here in this lawsuit and other efforts is they're trying to, it's part of a broader effort to roll back civil rights, to roll back all the progress we've made in creating more educational access for those who have been further from opportunity. So Latino Justice is here because we are committed to fighting this fight and ensuring that all students have access to great educational opportunity. Sí se puede. Thank you.
Thank you, Lourdes. In fact, lawsuits are one of the ways that we can fight back against the illegalities of this regime. And now we're going to hear from John Yang, my good friend. 2 minutes, John.
Hello.
Introduce yourself. You're the executive
Yes.
director.
My name is John Yang. I'm the president and executive director of Asian Americans Advancing Justice, AAJC. And though I see that it's raining, I see a rainbow. Among other things, I see a rainbow of students that are supporting what we all believe in, part of America, part of democracy. And why we are here is to call for the restoration of funding authorized by Congress to serve the minority serving institutions. And why this is important is what we are talking about is expanding opportunity, strengthening campuses, and ensuring that students are able to reach their full potential. What this means for the Asian American community is the inclusion of funding for the Asian American, Native American, and Pacific Islander serving institutions, or ANAPISIs. ANAPISIs serve about 40% of all Asian American, Native Hawaiian, and Pacific Islander undergraduate students. They serve them by providing mentorship, providing programs that make sure that they have the resource that they need. And let's be clear, the Asian American community is not a monolith. It is a community that includes immigrant students, it includes low-income students, multilingual learners, and all sorts of different students that need these programs to succeed. Now, we know that this is part of the broader effort to dismantle diversity, equity, and inclusion programs. And let's be clear, those that are supporting dismantling these programs explicitly are supporting inequity, supporting exclusion, and supporting homogeny. That is not what America is about. That is why we are gathered here today with our wonderful students that are advocating for themselves to support what we all need, education that helps all of us to make sure that our democracy continues to succeed. Thank you very much.
2 minutes. Great. So next is Quinn Den. She is the executive director of Southeast Asian Resource Action Center. Come on up, Quinn.
Thank you so much, Senator Hirono. I'm here because my family's story wouldn't be possible without minority serving institutions. As the daughter of refugees from Vietnam, my parents risked their lives as boat people in search of freedom and opportunity. When they arrived in the United States, they started over with almost nothing, but they weren't alone. It was institutions like community colleges that made that beginning possible. At Golden West College in Huntington Beach, California, yes, My father learned English and earned certificates in plumbing and HVAC. This supported him to become a small business owner, supporting our family of 6, even sponsoring other refugee families, many of whom lived with us until they could stand on their own. It was at Orange Coast College in Costa Mesa, California, that my mother returned to school for the first time after her education was disrupted by war. She learned English there. It was also where my siblings and I received childcare, support that made it possible for her to continue her education. And at Evergreen Valley College in San Jose, California, I began my own higher education journey before transferring to UC Berkeley, an experience that led me to become the first in my family to earn a college degree. Make some noise if you're a first-generation college student. Yes! It led me to become CREC's first second-generation executive director. For my family and for so many others, MSIs are more than institutions. They're bridges to opportunity. That's why continued and increased funding for minority-serving institutions is not just important, it's critical. My family is living proof that when we invest in MSIs, we invest in generations. If we want to ensure that today's students can build the same future that my family did, we have to invest in the institutions that made those futures possible. Let's fight. Let's win.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Antonio. It's really nice of you. Okay, we're now going to hear from 2 students. Yay. Hang in there. Thank you. So, Thuyen Tai Fan, where are you? There you are. She is a student at the University of Hawaii, my alma mater. Come on up.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Senator Hirono. And as you said, it is truly a blessing for me to be here today. Aloha, Senator Hironos and members of the Tri-Caucus, fellow staff, and everyone gathered here today. My name is Thuyen Tai Pham. I was born in Saigon, Vietnam, and immigrated at 8 years old alongside my family to America, where I was raised on Oahu, Hawaii. The value of education was instilled in me from a young age by my mother, who forfeited her own secondary education to keep her siblings in school, and by my father, who taught for a living. To them, education was a prized possession. It was the cause of their sacrifice and the answer to their hardship. Despite limited guidance on the college process at home, I sought every learning opportunities, public libraries, after-school programs, weekend visits to community center. But as my senior years approached, while my peers eagerly opened acceptance letter, I sat in uncertainty, knowing that I lacked the financial resources to move forward. It was here that the unwavering support of the faculties and college advisor at Moanalua High School connected me to scholarship resources I needed. Today, thanks to the University of Hawaii at Manoa Regent Scholarship, I'm a rising junior pursuing a degree in political science on a full ride scholarship at a university that proudly serves Asian American, Pacific Islanders, Native Hawaiian communities, and many more. That investment transformed my path, and I've carried that forward into everything I do. On campus, I serve as a chair of internal affairs for student body government, representing over 15,000 undergraduate students and collaborating with more than 45 student-centered services that expands access, strengthens academic success, and build community. These systems are a lifeline on a campus where over 70% of our students identify as NPCs and nearly 30% are first-generation college students. Here, the impact of that support is not abstract. It is visible in every student who chooses to stay, grow, and succeed on Hawaii. The reach of that education extends beyond my campus. Through NPCs and MSI support, I've worked as a Vietnamese language educator, helping students reconnect to their cultures and roots. I've supported nonprofits serving Pacific Islanders kupuna displaced from nuclear-affected homelands, veterans seeking a second chance, and parents determined to protect their children from war-torn nations. That same foundation has now allowed me to serve as a congressional intern in the House of Representatives through the Manoa Political Internship Program, giving back directly to my own district. None of this would have been possible without an education system that is responsive, inclusive, and open to diverse backgrounds and beliefs. UH Manoa has given me a kuleana, a responsibility to continue serving and uplifting the vibrant communities that surrounds me. UH Manoa today is a leader among minority serving institutions in Hawaii, and today it stands among the first in line to face funding cuts. I stand before you as a living proof that these investments are never just about one student. They multiply, reaching across campuses, into neighborhoods, and forward through generations. I respectfully ask that Congress takes action to secure the broad support needed to protect Advocacy's and MSI fundings for the community that depends on it. Mahalo. Thank you.
Okay. I think we should thank Antonio for standing here and holding that umbrella. Thank you so much. Okay, so Celia Martinez, she is a student at San Diego City College. Celia, where are you? Come on up. Thank you for hanging in there. Okay. I see the sun coming out.
Thank you, Senator. Hi, everyone. My name is Selena Martinez, and I serve as the student trustee at San Diego City College, and also for the San Diego Community College District. I'm studying political science, and I express my strong support for the 645 Hispanic serving institutions as minority serving institutions, including the 3 HSIs in the San Diego Community College District. As a student, like many others, directly impacted by the funding of these programs, such as those under Title III and Title V, I'll explain how these investments shape student success like mine's and why continued support is critical. As a Hispanic, first-generation, low-income community college student who's on Medi-Cal and a full Pell Grant recipient, I face significant financial burdens just to attend my classes every day. However, by utilizing the services from my Yo Soy STEM program at San Diego City College, an HSI STEM designated program under Title III, Part F at San Diego City College, I can offset the costs of pursuing higher education. With support from this center, I've been able to complete a diversity of research projects, not just those that are falling under the STEM category. Completing and crafting these projects would have otherwise costed me hundreds of dollars if I retrieved these materials from other sources. And I know that I'm not alone in being able to receive this kind of support from these resources. Across the sister colleges within the San Diego Community College District, students from historically underserved communities rely on programs like Yo Soy STEM to obtain the tools needed for student success. These resources include tutoring services for general education courses, providing a makerspace where students can complete research projects and recreational projects, hands-on learning workshops, professional network and internship opportunities, and most importantly, they find a space where minority students' needs are served. Without Congress addressing the need for Title III and Title V funding, such as our Yo Soy STEM program, millions of students enrolled at HSIs and MSIs nationwide, including disproportionately impacted students who attend the San Diego Community College District, would find themselves lacking a system that makes higher education unattainable. I respectfully urge you, as well as Congress and the administration, to support the funding for Title III and Title V funding so that we can support our HSIs and our MSIs, and most importantly, for our students nationwide. Thank you.
Great. Thank you very much. The sun is coming out. You all have any questions? Okay, so as an immigrant, there aren't very many immigrants serving in the United States Senate. I was the only one for many, many years, coming from a single family. So I am a product of the public schools. I didn't speak any English when I came here, obviously. So as a beneficiary of our public education, we need to fight back. That's what we're going to do, fight back against this horrible regime and what they're doing to public education. If you all don't have any questions, go out there and inform the American people what is happening to public education, and so that everyone will become aware and fight back and make sure that we continue to fund MSIs and all of the other programs that support education. Mahalo, everybody.